Um, I was at the hospital not too long ago, and they have their bathroom there that has a lot of stuff in it. It's pretty much all tile, so um, you don't have to worry about getting anything wet, and if it's going to get wet, then getting stinky or moldy or anything like that. So it's all because it's all tile. Um, but so the bathroom is just one big room. Well, it's not. I guess it's kind of big. Maybe 10 by 10. But oh, that's right there. That is for people that they want a shower curtain. They want they're shy. They want a shower curtain. So they don't want any. They don't want to. They need the seclusion. Well, say they're taking a shower and somebody else needs to use the restroom at the same time. So that's probably why they have the shower curtain there. But it's a single room. It's only for one single person. So I guess. But if you have visitors, then the visitors might be. But anyway, um, that's a foam soap dispenser. I'm not too crazy about the foam. I like the liquid soap better than the foam. And there's clearance underneath the sink, so that's pretty nice. So you can just wheel right up there in your wheelchair. You don't have to worry so much about uh, you know not being able to get close to the sink. They got a little tray out there where you can put your toothpaste and toothbrush and all that sort of business. So whenever we were at the hospital, then we stayed for like 5 days. They're just talking about the things there that you don't want to flush down the toilet, um, sanitary wipes and all that stuff. That right there is a cord that is hooked into a alarm system, so it tells the nurse, that you need help or you need assistance. So you just pull on that red cord, and when you're using the restroom, there's horizontal bars there. Uh, um, there's the restroom right there. Now you can see the red cord better. See how that is hooked up a little bit. Um, I had extension, my catheter extension with me. So, right there is just my regular catheter. A good clean catheter every time is a good way to stop from having infections or, reduce the amount of infections. Um, and there is my extension tube there. I got it in a plastic container. The plastic container or the plastic bag is not too great because there can be some bacteria that can trap in there, but not too much because it was sealed up. Um, and the bag didn't smell or anything like that. It hadn't been used in a little. I hadn't used the bag in a little while, maybe a week or something like that. Um, and so here's my catheter. I get catheters, Coloplast from the Coloplast company, um, and it's a 14 French, something like just just regular information there. So what you got to do to hook up the extension, and the extension is really really nice because then you don't have to worry about transferring onto the toilet bowl or the toilet seat each time that you need to go to the bathroom, that you need to catheterize. So you see that green end of the catheter, of the clean catheter, then I the uh, plug in the extension tube uh, into that green end of the catheter, and it holds in there pretty snug and tight. So it'll stay pretty good. I push it in there a little bit just to add a little bit of pressure, make sure that it's not gonna accidentally be pushed out by the liquid or anything like that. Get a snug seal, and then you just do what you gotta do there in the toilet, and you don't have to transfer onto the toilet seat, and that's kind of cool. That's nice thing not to have to worry about. Right now I got a little bit of hip bursitis, so and that the seal gets compromised or broken very easily and leaks very easily. So I don't like to have to transfer if I don't need to. And this is nice that I don't have to transfer onto the toilet seat. I can just catheterize directly when sitting in my when sitting in my wheelchair. So here I am afterwards. You know, before, it's also good to wash your hands before you catheterize, because your hands might be dirty, they might have bacteria on them and things like that. I didn't really think about that, but then I thought about all the people that have to catheterize and just get urinary tract infections very, very easily. I used to get urinary tractions very easily whenever I was a long time ago, right after my injury. But my doctor said, well, I mean, he looked at the amount of bacteria that I had, and he said, well, that bacteria is, it's not all that bad. It's kind of part of your system, and so it's, you take Cipro or you take some anti-UTI medicine, and it's not going to. I mean, it'll kill the bacteria quite a bit, but as long as you're feeling okay, because if you have a UTI, then you feel like crap. You don't have any energy. You and sometimes your belly might hurt. It depends on what your injury is. That the more higher injury you are, then um, less you can feel. But you could probably sweat. Some people get sweats, and they break out in sweats, and my heart races whenever I need to use the restroom. But so I dry my hands there. I like the paper towels a lot better than the high pressure air blowing machine that you can use to dry your hands that way. But I like to use the paper towels instead to dry my hands. And that way I can dry all the crevices and cracks in between my fingers, and that way I won't get any infection in between my fingers. Afterwards, after I use the extender, the tube extension of the catheter, then I put it back in the bag, and then I try to push all the air out of there as good as I could, and that way, there would be less area for bacteria and infection to get in there, or to stay in there. And then I had a Ziploc bag, and close it all up. And then the paper towel is nice, because then I can flush the toilet afterwards with it.